Greetings and welcome back to AlonzoBash Podcast, where art and culture meets activism. Today's episode is a powerful one. Our special guest is none other than international reggae powerhouse Queen Omega, a voice that has shaken stages across the world, and a woman whose music carries a deep message of consciousness, culture, and spiritual strength. In this episode, Queen Omega takes us back to the beginning. From school talent competitions in Trinidad and Tobago, where her incredible voice first began turning heads, to becoming one of the most respected female voices in global reggae music. She opens up about her life-changing spiritual awakening while traveling through Africa, and how that journey reshaped her purpose, her music, and her connection to her roots. We also talk about balancing motherhood and music, the sacrifices behind the spotlight, and how she manages family life while touring and recording across the globe. Queen Omega also reveals her dream collaborations and the story behind the dub plate that unexpectedly exploded worldwide, turning her into a household name across the reggae and sound system community. This is more than music, it's its culture, spirituality, resilience, and legacy. So sit back, relax, and turn the volume up. Real people, real conversations. AlonzoBash Podcast starts now.
Greetings and welcome to AlonzoBash Bash. And today's special guest, man, I'm so excited, man. The queen of all queens. Let's waste no time, man. She's here. Queen Omega. Welcome.
Thank you. Blessed love and greetings.
Yes, man. Blessings, man. It's an honor. So let's start from the beginning. You were born and raised in Marabella, Trinidad?
South Trinidad. So it's like really like the heart of San Fernando. I grew up on Sukaran Street.
Okay.
And then, well, I was born in Coquille
Wow. Okay, village.
Village. And then my parents moved to like the heart of San Fernando, which was like Sukaran Street.
Yeah.
And then back to Current Village. So I mostly stayed around that area.
Yeah.
Mostly in San Fernando.
Mostly San Fernando area. I'm not too big on Sando. I myself am a Rima, so I'm not hot down in the south.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know them areas too well, man. But nice. All right. What was the family structure like? The mom and dad, and I understand you got is it 3 or 4
Four
brothers?
brothers.
Yeah,
And I was like, I am like right in the middle of the four of them.
yeah. Wow. What was like that? How was it growing up with 4 older brothers? Well, I guess you had one younger under you. Yeah.
Two older and then two younger.
Okay. 2 older, 2 younger. Nice. So you was the only girl in the
It was,
family.
that is it. The only girl. I was always queen. I was
Yeah.
Queenie. Growing up, Queenie. Everybody calling me Queenie. And um, I was, how can I put it? I
Well,
was expected to, become something.
yeah.
I was always looked upon,
Mm,
praised, I was praised a lot growing up. My
yeah.
parents
Nice.
always used to tell me because I was born with this voice.
Yeah.
So my mom always reminded me that, it's a gift from God. So I have a responsibility. I have to
Yeah.
sing for God. Try not to sing no music that doesn't give him glory. And, all these things because I grew up in a Christian home. My
Yeah.
parents attended church when they could. We weren't like staunch Christians, but what we used to do, we used to have family devotions like every day.
Okay. Wow.
That kind of built my faith. So like 6 o'clock in the evening, we gathered and we prayed.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's how we grew. It 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 did something
Yeah.
to me from quite young. It built my spirituality, built my faith, and I had a very close connection with the Almighty from
Nice.
very, So as I grew, understanding that I'm a singer, and I have a gift, I felt extra special.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
felt like I had a responsibility and a duty. And I grew up with a lot of responsibilities and duties as well. Being the only girl, you had to do everything.
Yeah. No mom out.
So I learned to take care of the house from very young.
Okay. Nice. All right. We're going to talk about the gift in a few. What about your schooling, your early years? Primary school, secondary school, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, during school, I was the songbird. I sang for every normal, every concert that it would have. I remember when I was very young,
Yeah.
I was about 9.
Okay.
I sang my first calypso. A teacher, of
Yeah.
course, she would have seen my talent, and she wrote a calypso for me, Miss Eiffel. May her soul rest in peace. Miss Eiffel decided she would write a calypso for me, and
Okay.
she told me it was a deal. She said to me, she said,
Mm.
if I win, I would sing the calypso, and if I win,
Yeah.
She would take me to 12 and under.
Okay. The Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did won the competition,
Yeah.
and she did take me to Auntie Hazel 12 and under. So it was my first actual national competition, and it was always aired on the television. So I did that.
Yes.
Uh, During my primary school and secondary school, I was always singing. Like
Mhm.
the music teacher, Miss Conyet.
Yes.
Miss Conyet, I love you. Miss Conyet, I mean, these names that I call in, I consider these people like my pillars. If
Nice.
these people didn't see my dream and push me, I would not be Queen Omega today.
Nice.
Miss Conyet used to always call for me whenever she would have like choirs and she would have like functions coming up in school,
Yes.
whether she would call for me to join and help coach the choir and sing. She would always give me the lead. I would always have the lead part. Everybody know
Yeah.
that when it's time to do the high part or Mariah Carey or something, I would have to do it. And I grew with that. Even when I left junior second, I went to secondary because I
Mhm.
went San Fernando East and I went Pleasantville Secondary. So
Okay. Okay. Big school.
she would call for me, Miss Connett would call. She would call for me when she having special functions like graduation. So I sang at my brother's graduation
Okay.
after
Wow.
leaving school. It's such a sweet vibe
Yeah.
knowing that you have this gift and people would call on you. So I would sing for all the function. I would sing for funerals, I'd sing for weddings, everything. I did it. I did it. Everybody in my community knew who I was.
Yeah.
I did party time.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. You was on party time?
I was a party.
Oh my goodness. Well, you gotta tell me more, man. Tell me more. I never knew this. Okay.
Yes, I was a party time. So I was going to school this time.
Yeah.
Pleasantville. And then this is when my mom decided she would push me. And again, someone else saw my talent, and Elle Travers. She decided that we're gonna go and enter this party time competition. Because this thing was like a zonal thing.
Well,
So Tom, East, West.
let's take a pin
This is
there. I'm going to give you an exclusive. I haven't told anyone this, but we are currently working on doing a episode on the history on party time. So we have all the big names that was there and stuff like that. So look forward to that. But that's the first time I mentioned publicly. But continue. I'm excited now.
wow. Wow. Yeah, and I remember, it was the biggest thing to be on at the time. There was no bigger showcasing talent in Trinidad and Tobago at the time, right? And of course I had to enter. And my girlfriend was like, yeah, you're gonna enter. Her dad was a tailor on Lord Street, San Fernando. He had a business, Mr.
Yeah.
Travers. She would buy the material and go and say, Daddy, I had to sew this. She would actually bully her father.
Yeah.
I'm managing an artist and I would like you to sew this. He have his workers working for him and he would take the time and sew the outfit. They would measure me and she dressed me up, I remember. And I
Yeah.
did Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
And I entered twice, right?
Yeah.
My mom find I didn't get justice and she decided we're gonna go again.
You're Rob. You're
And I
gonna
entered again and I did Lauren Hill. I
yeah.
think. Yeah, it was it
You did
was
it right.
me learning my skill. And while I was doing that, I also was working in a studio. I got the opportunity to work in a studio
Yeah.
from like very young, from like my junior sec days. I
Okay.
work in Kenny Phillips studio from very young,
Yeah, man. Legend.
doing background to all them soca artists.
Nice.
Ooh, wine, jam, jam, jam. I can
Nice.
still feel the line. And I would lay the tracks.
Hey,
The lead, melody, harmony. So by Kenny Phillips Studio,
Yeah.
I really had the opportunity to sing out and learn my voice, learn vocal control. Because I never had no vocal coach. All I knew I had this gift and I had to learn how to use it. And working at Kenny Phillips Studio gave me the opportunity to do that.
Wow. Sweet. Never knew that.
Yeah.
Some of the soca songs are artists you remember working, doing backups for.
Show in Winchester. Who else? I work with KMC. Who else, boys? The top names at that time, I would have worked with them. I worked with Marshall. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All the big names.
The big names. Are the big names. All right. Nice. You mentioned KMC, and we'll get into that. So it seemed to me like you recognized at an early age you had this voice. Yeah. And I
I was
understand
told that.
the church helped as well with that. Yeah.
Yes.
So when did you really started doing your own music? What was like your first recording, and stuff like that? But I understand in the early days before I know your first album came out in 2001, but I knew prior to that you had some music that was out already. Yeah.
Yeah, I was already recording. And because I was working in a studio, it was easy. It was easy access. I had the opportunity to ride a rhythm that came from Journey. He was working in 98, right?
Yeah.
Right? And, link onto link, producer link, and they link Kenny. And Kenny say, yeah, I have a girl, Janelle. She go mash it up.
Yeah.
And he used to call me Miss Osborne, Miss Osborne. He used to trouble me a lot because I used to, whenever I get a chance, when I'm not recording ska, I used to sing dancehall. I
Yeah.
used to be chanting and sing because I love dancehall a lot.
Yeah.
Growing up in my time, dancehall music, R&B, hip hop
Yeah.
was the music playing a lot.
We was talking about Kenny Phillips was traveling you because you love dancehall. You sing a lot of dancehall back
Right.
then.
And he promised me, he said to me, listen, you're like Jamaican music. He's a Jamaican. He always said to me that. He's not no Jamaican. He sing Trini music. And he
Yeah.
promised that he would carry me to Jamaica. And he did that in the year 2000.
Wow. So
So
wait.
Caribbean Musical Expo.
Okay, and that was the first time in Jamaica.
First time in Jamaica.
All right. So the second time in Jamaica, was that the time you went there with the rock band?
That was my first time.
Okay, okay. All right. So what was the experience like first time in Jamaica? 'Cause like you say, you love dancehall, you love reggae, and actually, you're in a place where it happens. So
After that experience, I remember it good. It was a lot of people in the room,
mm,
like a little hall, and people was talking a lot. And when it was time for us to showcase, of course, it's rock, soft rock.
yeah,
It was my time to sing. I distinctly remember people coming to the stage
yeah,
and they were saying, who that? Who she?
mm,
Jamaican patois. The first time I hear it so strong.
yeah,
Who she name, man? Who that girl then?
yeah,
Who that? She bad enough. I was hearing people coming closer. And after that experience, I was like, yeah, I could do reggae. I could do dancehall music because I was there and they love my voice and they accept what I did. So I
yeah,
could do this because I was kind of iffy because people was like, you should sing soca, sing music of your island. And I was like, I want to be different. I want to do something. I want to stand out.
yeah,
I don't want to be a soca artist. I don't want to be a soca artist. And by that time, I had locks and I was
yeah,
already living as a Rasta woman by this time, I was already out working as a Rastafarian. So
yeah,
I was like, I want to make music that, like what mommy say, I want to stay true to my consciousness and spirituality. I want to do reggae music like Bob Marley. That the kind of music I want to do.
yeah,
And I just believed in myself and I started to write and, I always was writing. I always used to write. I used to write a lot of poems.
yeah,
And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to start to write conscious music
mm,
after that trip,
yeah,
with Kenny Phillips and the Solomon Band. After that Jamaican trip, it
yeah,
was like an awakening. It was actually my first trip out of Trinidad too.
oh, yeah,
So it
oh,
did something. It did something.
yeah, yeah,
And then not long after, I went to London.
yeah, yeah. We get to all of that, man. Don't worry, we have time. We have time. Yeah, I understand. Because listen, man, I want to make sure your story is well documented because your history is very
Cool.
back.
True.
I understand your dad has a lot to do with the music and of course reggae and being exposed to like some of the greats in the early years like the Burning Spears, the Bob Marley and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, my dad was in a days where it was like the Black Power,
yeah,
Panther, Black Panther. Obviously, as a black man, with young children,
yeah,
self-employed, it was hard. It was struggle. So I know he used to listen to reggae music a lot. I grew up listening to reggae music because he used to play it. And he was a big Bob Marley fan. And he was a music lover on a whole because he was the first one that kind of exposed me to funk, James Brown, like
nice.
music from his time. Obviously, OJ's, Temptations, music from his time. And I fell in love with music on a whole. It didn't matter what genre.
Yeah,
And he teach me that. He used to tell me, is that singing? And I learned to listen to voices. So when he would come again and he say, who is that? I would say, Diana Ross. And he would smile.
yeah,
So he kind of like teach me to use my air and encourage me when he saw that I was writing conscious lyrics, he encouraged me.
yeah, nice.
So yeah, that's good music, you're making good music. So we going, it's bad in all what? Yeah, my post reason. Used to do that.
Wow, so give you that early encouragement.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right. So let's say the early years, man. All right. So you was in this big rhythm back in the protest rhythm, right? You came up with "Come Follow." Yeah. Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah,
You say, oh, like it's a surprise.
I remember with Step Studios.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
You was on the wattage rhythm.
yeah,
Yeah, man. The Christmas rhythm. Like the Cully tree, the Cully tree.
yeah, yeah.
Really, see, Queen and Mega fans know these songs. You know what I'm saying? That's
That is
rare.
so true.
Really is. Um. I'm gonna come back to a name that you mentioned. I like to be very upfront and transparent. I did an interview with KMC. I think it was like last year or so forth. And for some reason or another,
Was it you? Was it you, the man who did the interview with KMC?
it was me. It was me. It was me. Listen, we're gonna get into all of that, right? So so let me finish up with the question. So for some reason or another, KMC feels in his heart that he doesn't get the due justice, or I guess the credit for your early years in the music business. You know, I'm just gonna put out there. I'm not sure why this is, but I want to give you the opportunity to
I am so
voice it.
confused. The first time I actually heard this
Yeah,
interview, manager played it for me. It's
yeah,
because she heard it. And this is new manager, right? At the time, this wasn't my manager. And she was like, Queen, you ever heard this interview? I need you to listen to this interview. And
yeah,
I was like so shocked. I got emotional. I cried a bit because I don't like, first of all, I'm not a person would go out dissing people.
yeah,
So that's the fact knowing that this person feels like he was dissed by me was a real damper on my spirit.
yeah,
And then I was so confused because when I listened to the interview, it was sounding like he was trying to take credit for who I am today as an artist.
yeah,
And it kind of confused me because the only interaction I probably had with KMC was the time when he had this version, this rhythm, and I ride the rhythm and I kill the rhythm, which
mm,
I normally do. I'm a rhythm killer, right? It was his rhythm. And I think he had other people on the rhythm as well.
yeah,
And it's true to Kenny Phillips, I got the opportunity to write this rhythm. Obviously, I was working in a studio, so
yeah,
that's the only interaction I really had. I don't have no other interaction. If
yeah,
I see him today, I would forget what he looked like because
yeah,
that was so many years ago. I was a young teenager as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I have
fair
never
enough.
seen him. He was never part of my management team.
Yeah,
He was never like, it was like he was like a producer that I worked with.
yeah,
I write one of his rhythms. I believe it was one of his rhythms.
yeah,
And he's an artist that I really love, though. Let me put that out there. He kind of out of the scene, but when he was there,
yeah,
I, as a young woman listening to him, I was a KMC fan. I love KMC. He was bringing in that raga. He was bringing in the raga soca.
the Raga vibes.
You know, he was in dancehall with soca,
Yeah,
which I would have been doing if I had choose to do soca.
yeah,
I would have been on that wave, but
mm,
I wanted to be international.
yeah.
So I choose to do reggae.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm glad you give me the opportunity too, because I mean,
Mm,
this interview is out there, and probably a lot of people heard it. And a lot of people will have it in their mind that, Queen Omega is very ungrateful, which I am not. I'm so full of gratitude.
right.
I am so full of gratitude every moment because my struggle, my career, my journey was not easy. It was actually a struggle. People think that it was easy. There was times when my music was not playing on the radio.
Yeah,
It was a buzz. It played for a while and after it died down. But I
yeah,
kept making music. I kept making music. I never stopped. And it used to break my heart because my music never used to play on the radio. And I used to go hard and I used to wonder why. Why? It's like because I'm not doing soca. And then I just threw it over my shoulder and I start focusing on my music, my career, and building myself as an artist.
yeah,
And I managed to hit international. It's a lot of hard work to and sacrifice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned like I said, Queen Omega fans, especially from Trinidad, we know you from way back when. Oh, but what? Almost 30 years now you're pumping. Right? Do you feel like,
Wow. Is it so long?
yeah, I mean, we talk about
So
late
cool.
late 90s. What time of this came out? Like let's say like 90. I was like 90.
Think that need a updating.
Yeah, You think it's more than
Yeah,
that?
because if they're doing it like that, they probably checking from when I started my like boom
Yeah.
stage, like the first national, and that would have been 12 and under. Probably that's where they check in. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the first album came out in 2001. So
Yep.
in
that-
2026, I mean, before the album, like I said, we had music before that, So,
Okay, yeah. It's
you
true.
know,
It's
yeah,
been it's been a long time.
I'm a big man, smart, but, all right.
No, it
Mhm.
songs a lot and it's singing like it making me song old, but
Nah,
it's really been a long time. It's been almost 30 years. It's been almost 30 years.
yeah. And the reason why I mentioned this is because some people just think, well, I would say some people, but now you're international, but you have always been international, but now you're in a whole different with this
Platform. Yeah.
so, the foundation is there. The question I have to ask, man, in Trinidad, right? Do you feel like people don't really appreciate who Queen Omega really is?
No, they don't. I think the people on the ground love the music,
Mm.
but the nation, Trinidad as a nation, they don't know who Queen Omega is. They really don't know. They don't know. They don't have a clue. Not even a clue.
The reason why I ask that question is because, I'm a person, I'm big on research, So I've been following your work and I've seen you in many different countries all over the world, especially in Europe,
Yeah.
Germany, Amsterdam, UK, and I've
Yeah.
seen the reaction of people. It's like when you step out, man, see people crying, and it's like, wow. But it seems like when in Trinidad, people are like, oh, that is Queen, But yeah,
Yeah. Queenie.
yeah,
Yeah, like Queenie. Listen, I kind of love that though.
yeah,
I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love how my people so naive, I love how my people just, I love that about my people because I could walk the streets and just be normal, You could get a little sing, I just get questions like, you don't sing again? If that's a social media, social media.
Re-
Or I will get remarks like, God, girl, I see you in South Africa, girl, you're making me proud, girl. We're voting for you. Someone would say, you're flying the flag at Trinidad, girl, you're making me proud.
yeah, man,
That's for those who follow in. But I think there's a lot of people who don't really follow music and they don't know who I am. I'm not a household name in Trinidad. I'm not like Marshall, you know?
yeah,
And I'm the biggest thing in reggae for Trinidad.
yeah,
Big up to all, big up to all my reggae partners. I mean, they know that too. All of them know that.
yeah. Yeah, the reason why I mentioned that, man, because it's like a lot of people think you're Jamaican, in the international space, because
I
like
know,
your
I
style.
know. I just get that. I just still get that. Up to this day,
Mm,
I still have to say, yo, Queen Omega from Trinidad and Tobago.
yeah,
Sometimes when I go on the stage, I have to make sure and say it because there's always some misinformation. And them Jamaicans kind of proud too. They are proud people and they already claim me. A lot of them say he's not Trinidadian, he's Jamaican. You don't sound like Jamaican. You don't look Jamaican. I'm like, how Jamaican is look then? I don't understand what you're trying to say. They mean to say that I do the music so good
yeah,
that you have to be Jamaican doing reggae music so good. You must be Jamaican.
yeah.
And
Same here.
that's why I like who I am.
Yeah,
I show them no, you could be anyway. Once you love what you do it from the heart.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's in the DNA, man, culture. You
That
mentioned
is it.
Yeah, you mentioned South Africa. I saw you in South Africa, and it seemed to me that when you got to South Africa, you was moved spiritually.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you pretty much got on the knees and you beat the ground, and tears was running out your eyes.
What the experience was like?
Yeah, in South Africa.
Well, it was like I was home for real, like home.
Yeah,
As a Rasta period, repatriation is something that we always talk about.
yeah,
And I mean, some would talk, but me, I don't. I am a person, when I talk,
yeah.
I mean what I say. And one day I would really live Africa with my family. I mean,
Nice.
when I went to Africa, I felt like all my mothers before me, I felt they were rejoicing with me. That feeling was so overwhelming. That's
Yeah,
why I dropped on my knees and I beat the ground. It was almost like something took over me.
yeah,
I had to rejoice. I was so high. I was so, wow, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like an out of body experience. It was very overwhelming.
yeah.
My heart was racing like, wow. Tears was flowing. I jump, I jump, I jump, I jump. The only thing I didn't do was flip and Ellie. It was like a jubilee. It was like a spiritual jubilee. My spirit was like, wow. All my ancestors was like, hallelujah, we made it.
Yeah.
We made it. I was feeling it. I was feeling the whole, feeling the electricity. Wow. I don't know. I see if I go there. I want to go again to see if I will have that same feeling.
You can have it again. The reason I asked you that question, and I always mention this to people been following the podcast, know as always it is. I have had the opportunity to visit Africa, and I was always I always mention, always say this to any black person. It's a must trip you have to make because
Yeah, boy.
especially from the Caribbean, once you get to Africa, it just makes a whole lot of sense. It can't even explain this,
Yeah.
but it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. So I'm glad you had that
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Like a reconnection.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those things. You're right. It's just in the plane and the plane coming down, and you look out that window and it's like, man, you just get emotional.
What I telling you, boy, I couldn't control it, boy. Oh my God, look, you're talking. I remember that just coming on the plane and before you touch, tears was already in my eyes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like for real, it's happening for real.
All right. So in 2001, you dropped your first album, Queen Omega. So some brethren that
Yeah.
came from England, and pretty much how that whole process happened. Let's start with that.
Okay, so by this time, a couple of songs like rotating, my songs blazing,
Yeah,
right? I had a song called Babylon Bus,
yeah.
and that was blazing. That was a tune on Journey Rhythm. It was blazing. They was playing it every day. Some folks, from Trini folks, this Mr. Zachary Esau, let me give him credit. Miss
Okay.
Mailing son,
Yeah.
okay, Mailing son. He was living in London at the time, and he decided that he's going to find me
Okay.
because he heard something he probably never heard. Obviously, it was my voice. When he heard my voice, he was like, "I had to find this woman." Of
Yeah.
course, he's Trinidad. He was living in London, but being from Trinidad, he knew he would have been able to find me.
Yeah.
And he tapped, and he found me, and he
Mhm.
came to Trinidad with another partner called Jamuki Brewster.
Yeah.
And they came, and when they came, I wasn't living home. By that time, I was living on my own. And I remember going home to my
Mhm.
parents, and because it's the first time I'm going to travel,
Yeah.
they said they want to carry me to London. I was like, yo, I gotta go to my parents, talk to my parents. Because
Mhm.
I wasn't 21 years yet, so still young,
Yeah.
you know. And they went,
Yeah.
and, they just, they talked to my parents. They're serious.
Yeah.
They believe that they're gonna get this project. They see the talent, they have the money, they're gonna take care of me, put me up, and I went
Yeah.
because prior to that, I was saying I need to go. Queen Omega needs to meet the Queen of England. The Queen of England needs to meet the real Queen.
Listen, that's confidence. You have to have that confidence, man.
Yeah, so it was like if I was manifesting. I didn't even know, right? I was like, I had to go. I need to go to London. The Queen of Omega needs to go to London because I need to see Queen of England.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to let you know. We need to repatriate. All that I used to talk, you're young, you're Rasta. So you're
Yeah.
talking them kind of talk.
That's big.
And I always knew that I would have reached London. So when these people came, that was my opportunity. I saw it
Wow.
as my ticket to go to London. So I didn't turn it down. I went for 2
Like
weeks, actually 3 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. So like a manifestation. Saw that coming.
Yeah, boy, I call it. It's like if I call it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't take long. It didn't take long. It's like a couple months after these people show up, and I was I was in London, man. I was in London. It was so freezing.
Yeah. So wait. So it took you 2 weeks to do that whole album?
Yeah, it took me 2 weeks because at that time I was writing a lot, and I had a big book with just lyrics.
Yeah. Wow. No, that's a short time. I mean, some albums take months. That's
But
short.
no, it was recorded in 2 weeks.
Oh, recorded. Okay. Okay. Recorded. Okay.
Yeah, I just put my tracks down,
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. After that, I mean, obviously it took time to do the other artwork and, put it together, mix, master, and everything. But
Good.
what they needed from me, I did it mostly in 2 weeks. When I went to Jamaica, which would have been my second trip, that is when I recorded the collaborations for the album.
Okay. 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 Well, but listen, man. Mention collabs. I'm gonna call some names. Ninja Man,
Yeah,
Isla, Dawson, Appleton, Al Mason, Two Chives, the Jaffe,
Khalifa,
Khalifa. Who am missing again? I know I'm missing some names
Anthony
too.
B, man. There's a bit.
That's what I say. I'm not missing names, man. Wow.
Pardon the interruption. Now a word from our wonderful sponsors.
Shipping nightmares? Not anymore. Let me spill the tea on stress-free international shipping. Jay's Hassle-Free International is the game changer you've been waiting for. Air, ocean, Caribbean, Dominican Republic. They've got it all covered. And those special rates? Absolutely amazing. Full container or just a corner, their prices will make your wallet do a happy dance. No more headaches over complicated shipping. Just call the shipper lady at 443-927-5816 and watch your worries vanish. Trust me, once you try Jay's Hassle-Free International, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. Wave goodbye to shipping stress and hello to smooth sailing. Serving Pennsylvania, Delaware, and the DMV. Remember that number, 443-927-5816. Your stress-free shipping journey starts now.
Imagine floating on the Chesapeake Bay, waves gently lapping, stress melting away. Now picture this, a spa but make it nautical. Welcome to Be Well Boats by Floating Needs. We're not just boats, we're floating sanctuaries of bliss. Drift away your worries with a massage while cruising the coastline. Choose from dockside, open water, or beachfront wellness experiences. Aromatherapy, hot stone massages, henna, scalp treatments. We're redefining relaxation. Why settle for ordinary when you can float to extraordinary? Perfect for birthdays, anniversaries, bridal parties, even waterfront weddings. Located at Canton Waterfront, Baltimore. Ready for your aquatic escape? Call 844-727-BOAT or visit floatingneeds.com. Your relaxation awaits.
I heard that you would love to do a collab with Beanie Man.
Say that again?
I say I heard you would like to do a collab with Beanie Man.
I was at one time a Beanie Man fanatic. At the time when I was into dancehall. I don't know what kind of music Beanie Man I would make now, though. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I know Beanie Man is very talented
Yeah,
and he could sing anything.
yeah.
One of the artists that I would
Okay, I can see that.
or Damian Marley. Or Damian Marley. Because I mean, talk with the Marleys is the legends, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Got
I
to
mean,
do it.
I wouldn't be hard on Beanie Man enough because remember Beanie Man did kettle drum, so he have that in him, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Beanie Man is versatile. He can do any genre. And I always loved Beanie Man as an artist, as a young girl growing up.
Yeah,
He was my favorite dancehall artist because he was so versatile. And then one of my girlfriend took me to one of his concerts, and I fell even more in love with him when I saw him perform because he's such a great performer. Beanie Man, big up yourself, Mr. Moses Davis. Big up yourself.
all right. So you mentioned the first album, then you had the Pure Love album in 2003, Away from Babylon 2004, and of course Destiny 2005. And you seem to be dropping album year after year, year after year. Okay.
Yeah.
You went to a Rebel Salute. You performed a Rebel Salute. What was that experience like? 'Cause Rebel Salute is a big show in Jamaica.
Yeah, them is the kind of shows I like, boy. I love them kind of energy. It was mad vibes. It was mad vibes. That's one of the shows that you must do
Yeah,
as a roots artist. I mean, that's one of the platforms that you must get on. And I did it with Sister Band.
yeah,
It was a good experience. We
mm,
had a little time, and the little time that we had, I believe I made an impact.
yeah,
And I had the opportunity to do Reggae Sumfest too, with Ninja Man. I think it was nice.
yeah.
Being in Jamaica as an artist makes you feel like an artist. The persona is there. Like when I'm in Trinidad, I'm not really Queen Omega. It's Queen,
You could, yeah,
But when I'm in Jamaica, I'm Queen Omega. When I walk the streets, big artists and they bow. And another thing about Jamaicans, they give Rastafarians lot of respect. Being
yeah,
a Rastafarian reggae artist, a
yeah,
guy's like a double respect,
yeah.
if it's so to say. Yeah, that's how I
Oh,
feel.
all
When I was
right.
in Jamaica, when I'm in Jamaica, I feel like an artist. I feel like Queen Omega, and there's always a chance to go to studio and make music because this is what they do every day, and that's what I love. At one point in time, I wanted to live in Jamaica. I wanted to migrate
Uh,
because my energy is so right, and to make music is always high. And then you get that kind of respect when you walk the streets. You get the respect. You're an artist 100,
mhm.
365.
True, true.
I love that.
You mentioned the banning when he did the Rubber Salute. There's a band that you tour with in Europe called Royal Souls.
That's my band.
That's your band. Yeah, them brothers bad, man.
Oh, that's my band.
Okay. Okay. Wow. How that band came together.
Right. So I love that. I've been going to Europe for such a long time.
Yeah.
I can say family there.
Yeah. Okay.
Close friends who I consider family.
Yeah.
And like the guitarist, Mr. David Dabakar, Mr. Thomas Prasado, these two individuals I work with like very early in my career coming into Paris.
Yes. Okay.
I did music with them, and we have production together. And, it's like a link onto a link onto a link. I have met everybody that I needed to meet in the reggae circle from very young. So
Okay.
I have like build connections and I don't really burn bridges. So
Yeah.
I keep that connection. So when it was time to form a band, these people was already available. When they heard my name,
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, we want to play. We love her. We love her. She's bad. Yeah, it was so easy to get the band together, even with my singers, because my band are mostly Caucasian men, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But my singers are black girls, right? And specifically wanted black girls because of my voice and to be able to portray that sound, I know I needed to have the African voices, the women with the soul voices now.
Yeah. How many?
And yeah, and these two girls who's singing with me, they
Yeah.
are professional on their own. They work for so many different artists, big names, like
Yeah.
big names. The last big artist who they toured with, rest in peace, Mr. Max Romeo. They toured with Max Romeo. Yes.
Yeah.
So these ladies are professional,
Yeah. Yeah.
like top tier.
Mm.
I got the opportunity to work with them.
Yeah. I like
And when I heard,
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, they said to me that they was so afraid
Yeah.
and like, but they wanted to work with me, but they were afraid because they didn't know if they could sing with me because of how I was so powerful. And they was watching my videos and they was like, "We go and sing for this lady. Oh my gosh!" And the first day we had our rehearsal, we
Mm.
gelled. It was like magic.
Chemistry.
It was like magic. And we working together for some years now, and doing the tour circuit. And I really, every artist have their band, like big artists have their band traveling. This is the vision. I want to be able to travel with my band everywhere. It's not easy, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. I like the fact that you give your backup singers, if that's the word to use, the opportunity to shine. Because from time to time, I see you give them, solo spots on the stage and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they are great singers. They are great. They are not really backgrounds. I always say that they are vocalists. They are solo singers. Like they are solo singers. Like, they have their own music. They're making their own music. Just the other day, they shared some music that they were making with me, and I was like, "Yo, we gonna do this on stage." And they're looking at each other, and I was like, "We should not tell Queenie now."
Yeah.
They make music too. They're really, really talented ladies, and I love them.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. Blessed. Must say that. I am blessed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wrong stuff for good people, man. Yeah. Your band bad. Your band bad, man. Look at
My band,
the performance. I didn't know how to ask this question. You're in a different, like I say, your energy, your stage presence, of course, your voice is unmatchable. I mean, if that's the right word, if that's even a word to use, unmatchable. Where did you
yeah,
learn? Where did you learn? Because I always ask this question because I myself, I host events and stuff like that, right? And
okay,
to work on the stage in a certain chemistry you have to have, and a certain
yeah.
it takes a lot of preparation. You know, to you, it comes natural, I can tell, but it also is an art that you have. No, it's an art that you have, and it looked like you studied some folks before. It looked like you took a little bit from here, a little bit from there. So I'm asking this
I don't
question.
know,
Uh,
I honestly, being a singer, you would have to perform your songs. What I do, I just feel my music, like actually feel the songs. Like if I'm performing and I really get into my performance, I could get manifestations. I could cry. And that is how deep I just be in it. I just own it. I just feel it. And I just be myself. I just let loose. I just do whatever the voice inside say to do. If the voice inside say chop, I chop. When I open my mouth and it's time to speak to the crowd, I don't think, what am I going to say? I just allow the energies to flow and I just talk to the crowd. I reason with them. I think it's really a gift though. Really think it's a gift because one thing that I know I have, I feel a lot. I can feel frequency.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, like I have some invisible antennas all over my body. So I pick up vibration.
You know this is with antennas, you remember that? So
Yeah. So I feel a lot and I could feel my crowd.
Yeah.
I could feel when they're miserable. I could feel when they're frustrated. Like I could feel when they're tired of this song. I can feel these things. I can feel when they're into the performance. I can feel when they're distracted. I can know when the crowd that I'm performing for intoxicated.
Yeah.
I did feel all them things when I performing. I could feel it. And when I have that knowledge, then I would know what to do, what to say, and how
Mhm.
to perform, I guess.
You just dropped a whole lot of dimes right there. For anyone that's in the performance space, right there, you said something that a lot of people need to pay attention to. We have to feel the crowd.
I just feel my crowd. I just
Mm.
feel them. And another thing I just do, I just pray for my crowd. Like all the people who come to see me perform, I just ask for a special blessing for them. And I just tell them too that if they didn't know, this is a blessing that come to receive. So it is be a real spiritual thing taking place. Yeah.
Wow.
It is be serious. And it's something serious. It's not a joke. And as I get older, I take my performance more serious. When I was younger, it was just like a performance. More fun now, it's more like a job, a duty, a mission, you know?
Yeah.
I'm on a mission, yeah, like that.
All right. The outfits. Do we have a personal seamstress, or you order, clothes on different
I
designers?
Miss Karen, big up yourself, just virtuous design. I do have a special lady. We work together, but this lady, she gifted. I mean, and that's why I say I'm blessed. I work with a lot of gifted people, like a whole lot of gifted people around me. This woman have been sewing my clothes for years, so she know every inch, every curve. She know my body.
Yeah.
Mm.
And what?
She know my
What?
body type, and she know my style.
Yeah.
She know that I don't like nakedness. I like to be covered.
Yeah.
So when she's sewing, she sews with that. She's also a Rasta woman, a spiritual woman. So she understands the type of music that I do. I need to be dressed a certain way.
Yeah.
So I don't just buy the fabric. I just go crazy when I go in the fabric. So I just melt. Fabrics get me weak. People just laugh at me when they see me in the fabric store. So when I just go with vibration. So if I see a fabric, it's nice. It's nice. It's just nice. It have to say something to me. And once it says something to me, I know, all right, this is one of my stage dresses. I would just buy fabric. If I have a tour, I would just go and buy fabric. And then I would drop it by her. I say, girl, work your magic. I have about 14 shows by XY amount of time. Yeah. I
Yeah.
need it for X amount of time. And she
Yeah.
would go on the board and start working.
And a good gig to have, like.
I tell you, and she told me already that she loved to sew for me because when she sew for me, her brain is just pumping with ideas in so much that when she working on one piece, she already getting ideas for another piece.
Yeah. Yeah. She bad. She bad. She bad.
Yeah, she bad, she bad, she bad, she bad.
And
She's really, really good.
she's located where?
She's in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Actually, right now she's in Tobago.
Okay.
She's in Tobago. Yeah.
All right. Nice. Nice. All right. You also walk. You I consider a friend. I have a nice little backstory. Marcia Griffith. The legend. How was it?
Yeah, yeah.
How was it working with Miss Griffith?
She was so cool. She's really a mother spirit.
Very.
Queen mother spirit. Queen mother. I
Mm,
call her queen mother, you know,
yeah.
because this woman I grew up listening to Marcia, Rita, all of them,
Yeah.
JC Lodge, Sister Carol. So, being in her space, it was like a nostalgic moment, and being able to tour with her because we did some circuits, we did some shows around US.
Yeah.
She's super calm, refreshing. That is Queen Mother Marcia Griffiths.
Yeah, you mentioned calm. Had opportunity to interview Master Griffin, but it was different. She was staying at an Airbnb here in DC. And when I went to, the location or whatnot, it was, I walked in the house and she was in the kitchen cooking, talking to family members back home. And I laughed to myself because, we have this image of, which is a good thing, Master Griffin and, the stardom. But then when you see them in a natural element, you realize, like, wait a minute, this person is like a auntie,
Exactly.
very
She's a mama, she's
yeah,
a auntie, she's a tanty, everything.
yeah, very down to earth, man, very, very down to earth.
Very. She's sweet, sweet. Queen Mother Master Griffith is a sweet lady. We just call them people so sweet ladies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real cool. All right, so 2023, and I'm good with this. No love dumpling. Now we've got a lot of dumplings over the years.
A
What?
lot.
Yeah. So the last time I checked, let me see, 61 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So I didn't know to ask this question. I didn't write down questions. I just asked on top of my head. So you've been in the business, like I said, over what 25 plus years. Yeah, a lot of albums stored, blah blah blah. Right?
Yes.
Did you foresee a dub plate would have take you to this other level, this higher level? Is that the right word? Higher level?
No, I was expecting it to be a song, a hit song, a thumb song I had to do. Life is so, I just say, magical.
Yeah.
Because when I wrote this song, I know it was a big song. The lyrics, it's relevant, it's truth,
Yeah.
it's how people feel, it's how everybody feel about everybody right now. We have no love.
Yeah.
So I remember going on my social, I think I went on IG when I was writing it, on the original version.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interacting with my fans, and they're like, yeah, we love this song. And the song was out.
Yeah.
I was on tour, and during this particular tour,
Yeah.
I was manifesting. I was writing. I was writing stuff that I would like to have done
Yeah.
in my life.
Mm.
And I remember saying that I remember writing that I want to be one of the biggest female reggae artists of my era. I remember writing that,
Yeah.
and I would write it for 3 times for the day. And then at one time I stopped writing. I guess my spirit was like complete with it.
Yeah.
Couple months after that happened. So I say maybe it's because of the manifestation. I don't know. But it was like a normal dubplate session. Normal dubplate session. I recorded a lot of dubs. This was one of the dubs. I never knew that this song was going to hit. But what I knew it was going to mash up the place because it was hip hop. So I was in my comfort zone. Again, a chance to write dancehall with hip hop, something that I always want to do, because it's like, it's making music, it's making magic. So I was having fun when I heard the Dr. Dre rhythm. I was like, yo, and on
Yeah.
slow how this rhythm.
Yeah. Different.
And I did. I guess I slaughtered the rhythm, and everybody loved this track so much on the Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony wanted to license it as a song, and that's how it ended up being, as official song. Yes, it was licensed as an official song.
Wow. Wow.
First time in history of dubplate, licensed as a song where people could go and get it. DJs could buy it. Whoever want to buy this song can have it.
Wow. You created history, man.
That's what it creates history. Like the song said that.
Yeah.
So many reasons to be grateful, I am grateful.
Yeah, I pay attention to details, man. So, excuse me. I went back and looked at some of your, the plays that you have done that's online. Excuse me. You did a couple for Ariite.
I
Yeah, you did a lot with Ariite. But when I watched the video for the Little Lamb song, No Love the Plate, your energy, not to say it's any, you seem like your energy was a bit different. Like that particular day, you was ready. Like,
Yes, yes. And it's the version.
the version, yeah, yeah.
It's the version, it's hip hop. Listen, I love hip hop. I
Yeah.
love hip hop. I grew up on hip hop. I grew up listening to hip hop. So it's one of my comfort zone. Like I can rap. I literally feel like if I was born in America, I would have been a big rapper. Serious. I would have get into rapping and neo soul. I'd have been doing that type of music. Soul, and
Yeah.
I'd have been rapping. Yeah, for sure.
You're a rapper. Who's your favorite rapper?
Well, right now I don't have a favorite rapper, but when I used to listen to rap, I used to listen to Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, it's a era, it's a time.
Yeah.
At that time, this man boy, ODB,
Yeah, old dirty. Yeah.
that man.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you saying it?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And Wu-Tang, and that's it. It will go how to be Foundation. Dennis Brown, Burning Spear, Yabu. I really like Foundation music. It make my song kind of old, but I will have to put in right now, like who are vibing right now.
Yeah.
I was listening to Kes Namdi right now. I see he win the Grammy, so I wasn't surprised
Okay. Nice.
because I've been listening to his music and I like this artist, bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes we don't get the wave, but I just tap in. I love Story. I love Story.
Okay.
And Mortimer, I like the voice. I like the voice.
Yeah.
Nice voice.
All right. So this part of the podcast is called 2000 Questions About Me. I wouldn't ask you 2000 questions, obviously, but it's based on a book I bought a couple of years ago. So I'm going to ask you to pick a number from 1 to 2000, and the number that you select will be the question that's asked.
Okay. Until 2000.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So,
Do you feel about growing older?
wow.
Mm,
I was looking for the right word. I looking forward for that. I'm excited
yeah.
to see the older Queen Omega. I actually preparing for getting older right now. Yeah, like my diet, I'm
Yeah.
exercising, I change up my diet. I'm eating more holistic,
Okay.
you know.
Mm.
So I have a legacy to leave and I want to be able to be there to,
Yeah.
taking everything now. Like
Yeah.
how Master Griffiths could taking everything now. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward for that time. Yeah, yeah, I looking forward. I really looking forward. Find the word. I'm enthused.
Okay.
Is the word.
Nice, nice. Nice and fancy word there. I like it. Nice, nice. One last question. Your mother. Yeah. Understand you got 6 kids?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. 6
Um.
children.
Yes. 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 A blessing. How is it balancing? Queen Omega and being.
Wow. I'm scratching my head. I don't know how. I really don't know how. I don't know how. And I was trying to be smart when answering this question. It's like a woman with a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
She have a job. She has to do it. She has her children to take care of. What can she do? It's part of being a mother. So having a career and being a mother. And I think this is something that I thought about from very young.
Yeah.
Before I really, I try to give the both the same energy.
Yeah.
Like the same way I love my career is the same way I love being a mother. And it's hard to choose. It's hard, When I'm on the road, I miss my children. But then I'm with my musical family. And when I'm at home with my children, I love them. But then I just miss my musical family. It's so
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
It's so strange. But I love how I have managed through the years to still have my career and be a good mother to my children. It was tough. And like any other mother with any other job, any other career, it's tough. It's not easy. And I'm not going to say, oh,
Yeah.
it was easy. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing out
Yeah.
because when I leave and I go on tour, I would come back and meet taller children like, grow.
Mm. Yeah.
So you're growing quickly. They turn in teenagers. I have a grown man. And my eldest is a young man now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like, yo, you grow so fast. I'm missing out.
Yeah.
At this point in my career, I really feel like if it's only necessary, I would go on now. I really feel like I need to take some time now because they're all going to be young man and woman, They're all going to be grown soon.
Yeah.
Need to take a little step back and be there for them a little more. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. And it's so hard because the world needs me now as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at this point, man, I'm gonna open the floor for you. Anything you want to before we wrap it up?
Any question? Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. No, I'm just so grateful. I'm so thankful to where I was and where I am now.
Yeah.
I've seen that, having that persistent spirit, I've seen that it work out because being in Trinidad and doing reggae, I had my moments where I felt like, nah, I can't do this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop doing reggae. But
Mm.
I didn't really stop. I just that I took on other jobs. I worked in a nursing home
Yeah.
to make sure that I had food on the table for the children. I did security, I did other odd jobs. I did it, in early in my career when I wasn't touring as much. Now that I'm touring and the thing boom up, I feel good
Yeah.
to know that I never give up, that I didn't give up on myself
Mm.
and I continue making music. Yeah, I feel good. I feel really, really good. I just want to encourage anyone out there who, they decide they want to be a musician or take this road as an artist, you really have to believe in yourself because it's not going to come overnight. When you plant that seed, you don't take it up the next day. You have to wait until the seed becomes the actual plant. And then you don't eat the plant. You wait until it start to bear fruit where you can enjoy it. So it's really a process. Within that time, when everything in process, you really have to have faith and close your ears to all the noise outside because the noise really loud.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will say, no, you can't. And you are the only one who will be able to show them that you can. So don't give up on self no time.
Yeah.
Really believe in yourself. Believe. Know that you have a purpose as an artist and go forth and share. Share your energy, share your music with us. We want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, before we wrap it up, I must hear my no love. Before we wrap it up.
Don't fear 'cause they've got no love, no love, no love in them heart. We see them gone, no love in this world. When they lose them soul under mind control, we see the leaders got no love, no love, no love in them heart. We see them gone, no love at all. That's why this wicked system it off it fall.
Ghana, Queen Omega, give thanks for the time. Much love.
Thank you.
Much love, moving forward. And thanks for your contribution to the arts and culture, man, and really flying the flag for Trinidad, and just all that you do, man. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
Respect.
Queen Amiga.
And that's a wrap on this episode of the AlonzoBash Podcast. Thank you for tuning in and rocking with us. If you enjoyed today's conversation, leave a comment and let us know your favorite episode so far. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help the podcast grow. You can catch the AlonzoBash Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even on Amazon Alexa devices. Just ask Alexa to play the AlonzoBash Podcast. Until next time, stay inspired, stay connected, and as Alonzo would say, stay focused on your goals and dreams. See you on the next episode.
Soul under mind control. Me see them man got no love, no love, no love in them hearts. We see them gone, no love at all. That's why this wicked jump on them off. Fall little lion say you got to really deal in righteousness, equality for the people wants peace and justice, freedom of choices and the right to take a stand against the great deception played upon the nation. Me no need no glasses to see that them no care them what we kill we ambition and spoil we career. Look how them poison the atmosphere with all them hatred and greed, injustice and fear. Cause them got no love, no love, no love in them heart. We see them gone, no love in this world. Many lose them soul under mind control. Them jump on and got no love, no love, no love in them heart. We see them gone, no love at all. Little lion song rules over all and all and all. Yeah, happy stand tall. Wicked song happy fall. You know what? Tell them, little lion song no local, we international and we global. I'll tell you this, don't call we no local song this, cause we are ambassador in this business. Little lion song no local, we international and universal. I'll tell you this, don't call we no local song this. Little lion, Lord of the country, blaze up the chalice. Come make we rally in the name of cannabis. It's a holy herb, ancient practice. Never label marijuana with your slackness. Little lion song, I burn Babylon. Cause say it's okay for man to move underhand. Every day and ridicule the good ganja man. No wonder why the crime rate increase on the land. The people need the trees to hold a meditation. And the working class what to ease them tension. Little lion sound, burn them down. Don't call we local, we international and we global. I'll tell you this, don't call we no local song. This little lion song, now run this reggae business. Na 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 na, we no